Hello everyone, in this video we will learn about what is flower. The merits of flowers that we enjoy gazing at, the scent and the perfumes that we swoon over, the rich color that attract us are all there is an aid to sexual reproduction. That means whatever the qualities that attract us, it is just a aid to sexual reproduction for any plant. All flowering plants shows sexual reproduction. That means if any plant is bearing the flower, then definitely it will do the sexual reproduction. The diversity of structures of the inflorescence, flowers, and floral parts shows an amazing range of adaptation to ensure formation of the end product of the sexual reproduction, the fruit and seed. That means whatever the qualities, whatever the diversity, and whatever the type of inflorescence are present and floral parts are present in any flower, it is ensuring that after fertilization it will form the end product, the fruit and the seed. Now flower, a fascinating organ of angiosperm. Human beings have had an intimate relationship with flowers since time immemorial. That means from ancient times we are having a strong relationship with flowers. Flowers are object of aesthetic, ornamental, social, religious and cultural value. That means in different type of aspects we are using the flower since time immemorial or from the ancient time. They have always been used as a symbol for conveying important human feelings such as love, affection, happiness, gift, mourning, etc. So these type of feelings can easily express by using different type of flowers. To a biologist, flowers are morphologically and embryologically marvels and the site of sexual reproduction. That means if we are talking as a biologist, then it is just a site for sexual reproduction. Now, above diagram will help you recall the parts of typical flower. So by this diagram, we can easily recall that the bottom part contains the nectariferous area, ovary and ovules. Then the green leaf-like structure we call the sepals. Then the colored leaf we call the petals. And then we have the male part which is anther and the filament, and the female part that is stigma and style and ovary. So these are the different parts of a typical flower. Now pre-fertilization structures and events. Now, much before the actual flower is seen on the plant, the decision that the plant is going to flower has taken place. That means, before the flower is appearing on the plant, a decision that plant is going to making a flower or it will produce a flower will take place. So, several hormones and structural change are initiated, which leads to the differentiation and further development of the flower primordia. So for the initiation of making the flower is taking place after several hormonal and structural change, and after the result we will get the flower. Now inflorescences are formed which bear the flower buds and then the flower. So first of all, inflorescence, it is the axis on which the flowers are arranged. So first of all this axis will form, and after this formation of axis then the flower is produced or flower is bearing there. In the flower, the male and the female reproductive structures, the androecium and the gynoecium, differentiate and develops. So in any flower, first of all, the male and the female reproductive structure will form. Androecium and gynoecium will form on the flower. Now, the androecium consists of the whole of stamens representing the male reproductive organ, and the gynoecium represent the female reproductive organ. So, in any flower, the androecium is the male reproductive part and gynoecium is the female reproductive part. So thanks for watching. Thank you very much.